Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pannonian Avars series here on the Lord Master channel. But let me tell you something. As I am 54 years old, still feeling fine, and at least my son, Prince Kano, or Kano, but I think I will just likely just call him Kano for the sake of the Western audience pronunciation. Because saying Kano sounds like a Latin form of that name. Italian, kind of pronunciation. So for now, he is ambitious and just. I mean, he is going to be ambitious and just. There is room for one more trait that he'll pick up. And again, he'll be one with learning education, which, of the history of this Khaganate, did we ever have to learn the fast I had? Learning, because I have no recollection. No, we never had one that was educated in learning. And obviously, since we are of a philosopher culture, which means learning education traits and scholar traits also give cultural fascination progress. So we hope for innovations ahead for our next ruler, next in line. One can only hope. Okay, anyways. What else is there to do? I mean, I noticed that little royal court thing was shining because let's kick it off by holding court. Addressing the corruption. My vassal, Count Boyan, postures before stepping forward to voice his petition. My liege, I ask your aid in combating the issue of the lack of sheriffs in Usura. He pauses to say, I cannot fix them all with the resources I have, and I ask for any aid that you can spare. Okay, my albino friend. Even though your opinions are high enough, as if I gave you enough money already. My steward can offer you advice. Ravages of peace. Next petitioner is an extremely angry Duke Chavalmir of Transcarpathia. With the briefest of deference shown, Duke Chavalmir relates that some of my knights, led by Sara, have passed through the county of Hont recently. They have looted, pillaged, despoiled the villages and farms in Hont. It is an absolute travesty, my Khagan, and I will not stand for it. It declares him. What shall I do? She's only 18. She's kind of young, alright? She may not know everything. So I'm sorry that you're either that or just tell her, says, hey, pay the money back to him, or I will offer compensation. What's his opinion of me? Default? So I'll just say I'll offer compensation for your losses, even though all that money is going to be given away. But still. Oh yeah, I have another thing to address. But first. Oh yeah. My lord, this is outrageous. An agitated Count Taradin stands before him. The body of my poor father, the recently deceased Duke Buzan, has been violated by that fiend as you keep your court position, Boyan. That vile monster has tampered with the corpse deeds and practices obscure knowledge and leaving this figure to face. Please, he cannot go unpunished. Of course, Boyan looks appropriately offended by the accusations. I have no idea what that man is talking about, my lord. Who is telling the truth? It's any man's game. Intrigue charms against him, so either Tyradin is lying, which the Count must pay 50 gold to him, and I would gain some prestige and court grandeur. Or Boyan is lying, which I will dismiss him as a court physician. It'll cost me prestige, and I will gain prestige and court grandeur. Or I can't find who is lying. So who is telling the truth? Boyan is lying. So the physician is out. Let me appoint a new court physician as we are recovering our losses after that recent crusade that happened in the last episode against the Abbasid Malachite. No relation to the Abbasids in the Middle East. My god, my god, my god. What a disaster that was, and I hope something like that must never happen again. You're fired and not fired. Because we lost a lot of people in these court positions because some of us died during the crusade, some of us got captured. It was a disaster. Excellent bodyguards, good. Milos will be the personal champion of mine. Stanka. We got one poet, the Norseman. That's pretty much it. So now let the recovery period truly begin. Well, we still have some mercenaries that I hired, which is just to keep the peace around here. Which we hired the Hoplites of Laconia. That's what we hired, just to have some numbers with us. So that way nobody gets any ideas. I know what you're asking. My son, Chet. Come off it, son. Keep your mouth shut, will ya? Just raise some money a bit while we recover our losses. I'll be an apostate soon. And I thought about going for faithful. Then down to this way, down to that way, and to that way. There's good reasons for it. As I'm on the stroll around the market, a merchant calls me over to see something that would pique my interest. The scent of drying herbs and foreign tinctures overwhelms my senses as I approach the stall. She is rifling through a collection of dusty tomes and other treasures. After some digging, the merchant produces an old book and insists I need it for what's to come. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. Oh, God. Negative money. Anyways, sacred text. As I'm putting away my newly acquired Zenobia's Book of Hours, which is a large, plainly illuminated copy of the Book of Hours, the more appropriate for bibliophiles, collection and to be used by devoted. The cover is a letter displaying a repeating image of rose flowers and nausea by the place of rock crystal inserts, and it's held closed by ornamental clasps. Helps with the monthly learning lifestyle, as this is a court artifact. Anyways, as I'm putting away my newly acquired Book of Hours, Zenobia's Book of Hours, a slip of parchment falls out. Upon it are instructions for a practice called bibliomancy, where one might divine the fortune from a passage in a book. All I need to do is open the text to a random spot and read the first fateful verse my eyes fall upon. The temptation is overwhelming. I follow the instructions to the letter and select a passage at random from the text before me. Sheer anticipation. Open my eyes and read, "Fear is the mind killer. A coward dies 1,000 tiny deaths, yet a valiant man dies but once." What am I to make of this? Well, as a man of learning, I would say fascinating. This requires further research. I've discovered a true meaning of this passage, as I will gain some learning lifestyle experience along with that. anything to fear. I have finally cracked the mysterious passage from Zenobia's Book of Hours. I feel much wiser for it. Now, thanks to that merchant, the threads of fate suddenly appear more clearly to me. Fear may well be the mind killer, but I face my fear. Without fear, I die but once. So that's for a different faith opinion, because we know there's still Orthodox people around here. And I'm going to start taking that route. Yep. There's that Book of Hours thing. Save your money to go on a pilgrimage. That was my next thing. But do you really want... I was about to say... I don't know. Also, you should lower that stress sooner or later. That's just for starters. So I'm going down this route, so if we're going that way. Because I'm in my 50s and I want to do something with my life. Especially with the continued development of Visegrad. Now that there's urbanization. A powerful official in Comoros has recently passed away. Given his prominence and his reputation for being a just and kindly figure, many mourned the loss at first, until evidence of immense corruption was discovered among his belongings and documents, ranging from bribery to involvement in smuggling, to abuses of local peasants, like outright theft and assaults on peasant maids. The villain kindly covered it all up under his benevolent facade. After all this came, we learned of the mind-boggling magnitude of his corruption. It's certain that the region will do much better without him. He fooled even me. If only we caught him while he was still alive. Ugh. So for years, a powerful corrupt official in this county fooled everyone into thinking he was a benevolent figure. Recently, after his death, everyone learned the truth of his depraved levels of corruption, and when evidence of it came to light, still, at least Heir will do much better about his machinations now. What else? It's slowly going up. Did you die tasting that food? Assassinated. Mysterious circumstances. Probably the food. May never know. Alright, my friend Duchess Roxandra's lately been telling me how she's impressed with the generosity of Pillatrud. Apparently she came through for her when she needed it the most. Pillatrud helping Roxandra? Impressive in a way. And arms maintenance load. Imagine that. But I'm gonna be saving my money for the pilgrimage. Oh my goodness. My sister was the food taster that died. And now a friend of mine died. A legitimate bastard of the dynasty. Son of a beeswax. Think! Cunning Corners, my architect. My architect, Mayor Ipekel, is lugging around an enormous sack and grinning all the while. I wince as it scrapes and scratches my throne room's floor, even though its floor is obviously made of what it looks like stone. Or something like that. Granite. I don't know. My lord, I have done something very naughty, and I have a feeling it will delight you. I expect to witness an obscenity as she opens the bag, but inside I see is nothing but a large, rectangular hunk of rock. This is the cornerstone from your sworn foe, Baron Pavlos' castron. Now all the symbolism of him laying it is gone. Well, what the hell? It's a pedestal item. A not that kind of guy that would... It's like, hey, this is a cornerstone we found. But we had our issues. But I'll just say, I regret my feud with him as it is. Put it back. I want no rivalries. I'm trying to be a good man, damn it. Where is it? Or it's gone now, because I told him to put it back. Had something else on my mind. Stone of glass. Struggle to make out the tiny letters on the scroll before me. I feel a headache building it once again. Why do scribes insist on writing such small symbols? I squint and try again. Nothing short of a miracle with the aid of the stone of glass. Even old men struggling with bad eyesight could read with ease. I recall your insistence. You get a weak hook on me, but you're never going to use it because you're not landed. Yeah, don't forget you're the wise man. Ah, yes, I remember something else. Now that I see it. We need to purchase those dependable donkeys. I could use more donkeys. Donkeys are often an unappreciated part of our community. A part of my realm is known for having very reliable and capable donkeys. Having some could be useful, as they might have a variety of applications from my soldiers or my servants at home. So for the next 10 years, you could get this, or this. For 10 years. I would have to assume I probably don't have 10 years left in me once that living, healthy thing expires. Again, it comes from Rhodos. So these donkeys will help us out a lot. I arrive in the town of Rhodos to rendezvous with a local notable who is known for possessing a large herd of donkeys, said to be the finest in the area. We spent some time negotiating how many donkeys I will buy and how much I would need to pay. In the end, I would agree to buy a large herd of donkeys, plus 4 martial, plus 4 stewardship, and 0.50 prestige a month. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Now, let's listen to some wild songbirds, which is bullshit in terms of why do I need to spend money? Why can't I just stick my head out of the window and listen to some songbirds? But it'll lose some stress regardless. You need to start making more money again and we'll go on a pilgrimage. Today, accompanied by a few guards, I went to a quiet open clearing in the country where songbirds are known to congregate. I sit down and relax. I see several such birds perched nearby. A smile on my face as I hear them tweet and sing their little songs. So beautiful, isn't it? Learning lifestyle experience increase. What are they doing over there? Tyranny. You got it. Haha! Don't make me laugh, I exclaim. Tako says the joke anyway, and I almost died from laughter. It was a good joke. Too good, in fact. Tell it again. She should go for this. Just release her. She's my daughter. She doesn't deserve this. Oh, stutterer. Kano seems to enjoy our latest feast immensely. Out of all things, he could not stop talking about the rich clothes and the glittering gold he saw there. Greedy? Gregarious, unlustful. I don't think greedy is for you, I'll just say. I will show how to make friends at a feast. You gotta be the man of the people. A prisoner in my own body. I knew that getting older would mean doing everything slower. I didn't think it would all come to a halt until my death. Lately I feel constrained, and everything takes more effort than before. I'm worried that if I lie down I might not be able to get up again. There is no time that my time is running out. I feel I could do naught but await death's sweet embrace to claim me. How long will I have to wait? I'm infirm. There goes my skills. I have a limited time on Earth. Once that living healthy thing expires, then it's time for me to go. I must live long enough. Switch to medicine. Small health boost. Now do I feel fine, Centaur? Now you're feeling fine. Okay. But I still want a few things, including going on to a pilgrimage. I must go to a pilgrimage. Go far. To Santiago. It's time to depart. My journey to life is not complete until I make that pilgrimage. Eek! It seems I've not taken all of this trail. Perhaps these strange lands unfamiliar air, or my furs are not warm enough. Either way, my cough has persisted for weeks, and this morning I could barely muster the strength to get out of bed. Do I have the strength to continue onwards? Severe penalty plus severe penalty equals poor. This is no time to give up. Keep going. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to take chances in case if I need to be having a treatment from the physician. Rasping cough. My journey is not doing me well. My health is not improved. Through my quest to seek the grace of God, it's gotten far, far worse. I don't remember what it's like to breathe without struggle. Now I got pneumonia. Pneumonia ain't nothing to mess with. Better stop this train while we have some grave digging to do. It's a quote from Oregon Trail. My God, I'm about to die. Because I'm infernal, I have pneumonia. I will see this through. May the Lord have mercy. I don't want to go home. 1 second. Move the capital back to Visegrad. Return home. Get out of there. Back to the Avarian home, heartland. And also there is this thing I want to do. Oh, and also we're not going to get Carinthia out of this. Because it's too late for that. The claim will die with me. Before I die, there is... I did say I want to diverge the culture, but it's going to have to do. We're going to create the Carpathian Culture. The traditions will remain the same because I like those. Don't know about philosopher culture as much as I could switch to another thing. No culture pillar change. Bureaucratic has done a lot for us. So I'm thinking. That sounds like a good idea. Or this. Or this. And do we have issues, we know, having different vessels of different cultures that we should be more, like we should return to our egalitarian or be more spiritual, or return back to our roots with bellicos, which would lower the men-at-arms maintenance while increasing the levy size. I mean, we're already a warlike court no matter what. And of course you could choose languages. I mean, you could just simply keep all this and just switch a language or two. Who knows? The aesthetics remain the same. So what if I were to change this? Does it count? No. Put it back to philosopher culture. As you were. I was only switching that as an example. Anyways. So I could either change an ethos or even change a language. So I wonder how Greek is not included. Instead, it's the largest minority languages. Serbo-Croatian, Czech-Slovene, Dacian, Bulgarian. I'd rather keep my language. Yeah, we developed our land enough. So I'm thinking either Stoic or egalitarian. Friendly fatal casualties no matter where you are. And you have a defender advantage whenever your homeland is threatened. Oh, and also another thing, change that color. Something a little more yellowish. You know. Kind of like that. You know, just to make it distinctive. You know, like to have a slightly similar color to that. Just click around. Or something close to it. Screw it, it almost looks like gold anyway. Make it any brighter, then it looks golden, but that would be a little too bright in my eyes, so just go around here. That will do. Even with that disease resistance of a small health boost from Stoic, that will still end my life. No matter what, but at least taking less casualties whenever we're in combat. I mean, that sounds like us in a way. Or return to our roots, our old Avar roots of being bellicose, where we were more martial oriented. But lowering the men-at-arms maintenance even more means we can afford these cataracts, and among other things, while subsequently increasing the levy size, even though we have been reducing some of that. Not to mention costs more. And egalitarian if you want stability, because you have a lot of foreign cultures and a few different faiths in here. But at least you'll have the cultural acceptance gain increase each and every time you do that. But honestly, I don't think there's any reason to hybridize any more cultures. This is the last time I'm ever going to change a culture in any way, and that is to diverge from them. And who are we exactly? I think I'm going to say Stoic. It'll cost you 5,000 for that divergence cost. in each and every one of these vassals here that will be willing to convert to the new Carpathian culture, which Carpathian is no longer going to be referred to as just a nationality, but as our ethnic identity, our cultural identity. Our aesthetics will still be the same, as it's still mixed with Eurasian and Byzantine architecture, fashion, and military equipment is distinctively Eastern European. But our language will still be the same, because we never gave up our Turkic roots, our Turkic heritage. So let's do it. The Carpathian Divergence. Small changes in dialect, slightly different customs. It's easy to miss at first. Over time, the small changes led to large ones. However, and now the Greco-Radhanite Avars living in Kunzikal have begun to identify themselves as Carpathian instead. In the face of a dangerous and unpredictable world, the Carpathian Greco-Radhanite Avars are coming to value grit and determination more than ever before. The Carpathian people now look to me for guidance, and it's time to set the stage for our shared future. To a new age, a new era, a new people. We only changed our ethos, and we're more defensive attentive. Although the Carpathian culture may look small in number, because some vassals accepted it. Those that didn't, well then, we're going to encourage these people to switch our identity to Carpathian. If you don't, there's going to be trouble. But our traditions remained unchanged. Unless you wish to reform it, if you were to change a few things. And among other things, but still. So it looks kind of similar to the old Avar. It's, as I said, just feels like it's a callback to the roots slightly. But technologically, it's still the same. It's just we only changed our armada and, of course, our nationality. Let us hope the Carpathian culture will go far, and all that. Which again, I am near death. And there is no other way. There is no other way. We have accepted that Labertam, we had to reform the, no, he didn't reform it, but introduced that new Carpathian faith, and now he has finally found peace at 55 years of age. He died of pneumonia. A zealous man, he fought for the glory of God against the heathens in one of the greatest holy wars in recent history. Now, Khagan Kano ascends to the throne. Merely 14 years old, he will need to rely on the council during the first years of his rule, which is going to be problematic for him. But now he is the first Carpathian, or based on a culture that was diverged from the Greco-Radhanite Avars. Oh gosh, my father forgot to buy himself some sponges. He didn't even think about that at all. But now the economy broke down. Still Carpathian. I'm ambitious, just, and gregarious. And there's Conchat, my brother, who now rules Glaciavonia. I still have all the titles, some of which have to give way. Two recent record has not caused no penalties yet. Oh, it will soon. Barely endorses me. And of course, everybody's mad. You'll get your positions. And if you tell me to lower the Crown Authority, I'll do it. Would it be a good idea to put my trust in the brother? It's not going to increase his opinion, but here, have some sponges. That's for starters, and I'll give you a little bit of money. And we know how powerful Nitra could be, so I should start swaying you, since I'm gregarious. Every little bit could work. And when the going gets tough, retreat to Crete. With the passing of my father, Khagan Labatam, the responsibility to lead a vast Khaganate now falls upon my shoulders. I stand before my vassals, adjust my new crown, narrow my eyes in consideration. Oh, the things that I will accomplish. Long live the Khagan. Inspired work. It's from my executioner to me. My liege. Benwende approaches me, tightly clutching a manuscript. I wrote a work of fiction after reading literature that's popular in your court. Please accept the honor of being the first person to read my words. And I accept the manuscript and glance at some of the lines. The setting is familiar, as is the protagonist's name. Wait, could this be Benwende's attempt at writing a continuation or rewrite another person's work? I clear my throat and look up from the manuscript, meeting her expectant eyes. My word, this is incredible. You must write more. Encourage and praise. Will ask me to read more of her work in the future. Well, I guess we'll be hearing from her in the future. But look at me over there. There's my brother, and there's me. There's my sister, and my executioner. Who is to educate me? I'm one for learning. Why, my sister, of course. Insightful thinker. Expires in a year. We have to give way for Bosnia soon. Beware. There's the Liberty faction. So I'll be willing to lower the Crown Authority. Because, again, we had to make it absolute, so they designated me as heir. I hear the footsteps of someone approaching from behind. Turn around and see what. Looking all kinds of excitement. My liege, see. Eager as they calls out, she closes this. It's done. The next part of my story. The manuscript is forced in my hands before I can say anything. A cursory glance reveals more rewrites and continuations of other manuscripts. It's clear that she found a topic she wants to write about. Hmm. I wonder how my executioner writes things. This is lovely. You must continue to write more. Please do. Philosophy people are sometimes hard to please. It's every September, that's my birthday. Now remember, I'm the only genius remaining. Members. Yeah, we cannot take them all on. Don't you remember what happened in the past? Just give in to their wishes. Guess I have no choice. You'll get what you want. But now, Orthodox populists will be dealt with next, because we always had issues with the Orthodoxy, and they need to be stopped. You know what? Raise it. No, not raise, dummy! Not like that. I'm talking about extending a contract. That's what I was talking about. You're not a member of any faction, are you, chat? Don't get any bright ideas. You can lawfully imprison him. What has he done? Oh, excommunicated, right. Because he's albino? Is that the reason? He's not Orthodox, but he is a member of the Independence faction. Arresting him now could cause quite a stir. And it will cause foreign interference. There's still some dependable donkeys if you want, but what is that ultimatum anyway? Because I've always wanted to deal with the Orthodoxy. And in the meantime, you should get betrothed. Some of a strong alliance power. Principality of Spoleto. Spoleto. Whoa! Alright. That'll make them back down. But unfortunately, everybody's way young. But I think it all has its uses. Or the Kingdom of Heir, which is a little further away, but they do serve under Byzantium. Yeah, Heir is their native language in Armenian. Name of it. Great Moravia, which is next door. They're not doing anything. They can help us out. Okay. You got it. An alliance with Great Moravia, which I had considered expanding to there for some time, but there was a good reason why we never disturbed them. Because it's not because the lands won't develop. It's a myriad of other things. Let's get it together. Alliance is formed between us. Even though we don't see each other eye to eye, because, you know, you desire, you know. In fact, can I give you an artifact? Just to make you feel better? 1 second. See if I got something for you. Something good. You don't use this thing anymore. So I'll give you this. Skull of the Stocky Bear of the Sky. Willing to give that away. At least we're neighbors. Big opinion towards me, so he'll be more willing to accept the alliance between us. It's not going to make him back down, but it'll just show that we are not alone on this issue. We could lose it all. Two of these things want independence. You know, my father once feared of a fragmentation of the Khaganate, but now I guess there is a real possibility. But can Great Moravia get us out, back to south? Now listen here. Really? Does that mean alliance with us? Yeah, we don't see each other eye to eye, but... I guess you feel safe. Yes, we never thought that the Khaganate of the Kunzakol and Byzantine Empire, Armenian Empire, now we are together. If they're willing to accept our alliance, including if we help out in battles. I mean, we thought about our old friend Serbia, but it's not going to be enough, especially with stronger vassals than we had. But one thing is for certain. If we survive this crisis, they are going to be punished. More are joining the independence faction. More. Everybody's against me. Partly that is due to the over the domain limit. I am not willing to part any of it. That could also mean our taxation could take a hit. You know what? Stop. Just try to collect some text off that before stuff gets out of hand, which it will in a second. Two of them want independence, so two separate wars of independence that could break the empire apart. And we'll have an alliance with Serbia as well. Wow, what a union. Byzantine Empire, Great Moravia, negotiate alliance, which is just to keep them away from joining any factions. So that way you'll be my loyal brother. And Serbia. So Serbia, Great Moravia, Byzantine Empire. That's quite an alliance to So I feel a little safe. As long as nobody's busy on their affairs. And I know a lot's against me. Because some of you desire and all that. And the Armenians are strong believers, so that's another reason why we, as I said, are kind of off and on to one another. But keep your head high. You're stoic. When the going gets tough, you'll take less friendly critical casualties, and you have the defender advantage. I think we probably made the right call on this. If it works out well, when we survive all this. But remember, if we defeat the rebels, we're going to punish them. Please, come meet your peers in my court at Perioslav. I'm inviting everyone a note, which unfortunately includes you. At least you're staying, because you're not in the alliance. Actually, you might join. But I need the money. No, I refuse. Because you're allied with Nitra. And Nitra is one of the biggest troublemakers around. Do you speak my lingo? As I follow along with Boyan, I find it speaking in the language of the court around me. And I'm strangely starting to understand it. If I put in the effort, I may become proficient in our court language. Mrs. Boyan, just speak Uga! Orthodox self-prizing. You want freedom? You shall have it in death. So, those people who remain loyal to orthodoxy, they want independence. So, if you lose, the rebelling counties will become independent, and this man here will be its leader. So remember this day, friends. 3 days ago, on March 28th, 1178, the possible fragmentation of the Khaganate has begun. For our knight's effectiveness. It's not so the way to win this war, find a rebel leader and stop him. But I fear more is going to break out, so ideally we should just move the rally point to here locally. But let's not just wait until we have some gold along with it. As much as I would like to raise it right now, but please be patient. Things are going to get out of hand. Raise our troops next month. And it'll take a while to assemble as well. That means we'd be burning through money. It's going to be our whole army, in fact. Plus mercenaries. Rebel leaders way over there. Of course they would. So that means we cannot allow, cannot allow them to be in existence. And I'll be out of the court in a couple months, in the sense of that I can lead my troops, but I do not have the martial skill for that, and I'd be a burden to everybody. Plus, do not fret. At any given time now, this is a crisis that we can deal with. Despite the numbers, we'll pick them apart one by one. He's one of the rebels. And this is our best commander. He's an open terrain expert. So don't let them assemble together. That's your priority. It's time for you to recognize the full independence of Croatia and the other states in the independence faction. Accept our demands or face our swords on the battlefield. I will not be threatened. And desertion we've had 660 levies from Khan Boyan disband. Vastly inferior in my eyes. But we need a call. It's for the Independence War portion. And it doesn't cost you prestige. So now it's time for foreign intervention. So no way to bail us out. And also help us out on this Orthodox uprising. We gotta go kill this army first before we try to find our way to get the rebel leader. Just chase them down. Don't let them unite with the rest of their forces, otherwise it's going to be much tougher. With the help of Chichepi, I have achieved an understanding of scholarship that far exceeds any of my peers. Even though I had a natural inclination towards this subject, my mastery of it is still an achievement. Thinking back on my childhood, I realized I never truly connected with anyone. Even as I saw others playing with friends or whispering about love, I've never experienced such things myself. I'm certain that the coming years will lead to new friends and new opportunities. Khagan Kano, you are a man now, as you are an astute intellectual. Which means that culture fascination progress is up to 15. I'd rather go for theology focus. I mean, just look at this for example. Gotta be a man of the faith. Every 19 months. I'm not an astute intellectual, I'm a mastermind philosopher. And yes, I'm betrothed through very, very young, but this is just for alliance reasons. Trust me, what I could tell you. I am no way qualified to lead my troops in the battle. Leave it to the professionals. And just wait for our allies to come help us out and defeat everybody here. As we just look at the whole map here of what is rebelled and what is not, based on that shading there. 1 second. Guess it isn't as widespread as I thought it would be. Let us hope that our men-at-arms will perform admirably. Because they're trying to get together, so we got to keep them separated. That's the best way to defeat the enemy. Smuggling ring arrested. There's been a smuggling ring operating at Visegrad for some time. Our officials there were unable to find useful information on them that would lead to criminals' arrest. Recently, however, my officials have managed to capture one of the smugglers who turned out to be an extreme coward. Even a casual mention of torture was enough to turn this man into a quivering mess. and he told the authorities everything. Members of the smugglery have been caught and just been doled out. All in all, it was a great success. The man's cowardice was our key to victory. Lifestyle focus has been invalidated. Try again. Invalidated my eye. What happened to you, brother? Oh, you had a vassal or laboratory and they decided, okay, here you go. No men at arms from these rebels. That's the mayor of Srebrenica. We hold the mountains. Although I'm slightly in debt. Get back to your duty. Just heaven forbid that I be assassinated by those goofs. Reinforcements are on their way. Bosnan's under siege. Okay, we're only going to concentrate to this area. Coming in. Allies are coming. Receiving the throne room. Thank you for sticking with us during this very perilous time. Snake is gone. What did you just call my sister, you lecher? Don't you know who she is? She's a sister and serves our country as a loyalist. Nowhere near Visegrad yet, so our capital's not in danger. I'm not in danger. Because if they were to head to my capital, that means there is a chance that I could be captured. And countries will go independent. And everything that our forefathers have worked on would be lost. He's still out there. The enemy army must be eliminated, wherever they may be. Yeah, they're heading to there, I figured. Destroy the army, defeat the rebel leader. There he is. Got him captured. Okay, that's one. Now we gotta deal with the independence faction. It's Croatia who's the one that's leading. And they're over there. In fact, probably on their way to the capital now. Yes, they are. They are marching to Visegrad. No, they stopped. Ravaging the countryside that they're doing. Well, we're quite further away, or our allies follow us. We have not improved those defenses out there at all, surrounding Visegrad. Oh God. Okay. The army of Zadar, is that... I mean, that is the main Croatian army. And where's the army of the king? Or is he not bleeding? No, he ain't. He's at his court. It's a smelly court anyway. So we need to go kill him. Big battle. Now retake this area. Wish my armies shouldn't be following me. It's like, why don't you all operate independently? They have not occupied Verbosna. And it is going to take quite a bit of casualties to get all the way to Zadar. Oh dear. Need a ransom. Mother. You have what it takes to be a shield maiden, Mother? I know your health is poor, but if you want to serve the country during this crisis, you can, Mother. Gotta ransom everybody. I'm sure most of which are valuable people, including those that rebelled against us. They may be forgiven for their trespasses, but still. This is no time for inspiration. An old nun. Alright, how much? 118. We'll still be slowly losing money, but we'll be fine. Do sponsor it. If she wants to go to Asia Minor, she can go to Asia Minor. Go get it. While we are marching to Zadar. Absurdly enough, Kraina is still loyal. Tax assessors in Zadar. Nice. Makes me jealous in terms of money making. The time has come for me to depart on my adventure, my Khagan. My beneficiary, Aiza, bows as well she can while weighed down by heavy bags. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you want me to keep an eye peeled for during my journey? Gee, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I want. But I'd say I trust your instincts to bring me something great. I care less what it is. Just capture the capital, and there's a chance you may capture the Khan here. Duke Azrael was returned to confinement in the small hours this morning, having almost successfully escaped in the night. The prisoner stole past most of the guards, it seems, before being noticed by Sarante, my sister, out on the restless night walk. My shield maiden proceeded to beat Azrael bloody, while they eventually hauled him back to his jailers. Excellent work. You rebelled against me, and you will be punished. For that escape? Let me see. Sorry about your luck. Married to a scaly? Oh, you asked for the worst. There'll be conversions for everybody. Sister-in-law. So, my Jester Vaga is known for fantastically entertaining insults, as I happen to stand face to face with my sister-in-law, Ang. Just in time to hear a particularly scathing roast. You chattering of Mosa and Kakibor, your foolishness and blathering are legendary. I had a perfectly wonderful eating with good company. Up until now, you trollop, Bagha says, as he was possessed by Sing. Her face is red, and she knows that I'm watching, so she manages some pain to laughter. That was a good roast. A very good roast indeed, as I'm highly stressed. Lithi. Despite all this chaos, I am paying a visit to the village of Lithi on the coast of Kios. Its shallow beach is quite beautiful, and is known for being a major fishing town on the island. While there, I'm treated to a feast that features a huge variety of fish and the local fishermen catch. Its reputation as a fishing town is well deserved. Mercenary's about to expire, but I think we can handle it ourselves. Want to keep the clergy faithful towards me. I'd rather be known as a theologian for this, for piety reasons. We got him. I told you we would get you. All of you are going to be punished. And I mean it. Don't you think I was kidding? And don't get any smart ideas from you people either. Right. Some of you are Orthodox, and I want to get rid of the Orthodox from the Khaganate for good. You're the biggest offender. You're to demand your conversion. But at least he's a Catholic and you are not. Will not accept because she's reluctant to convert because she's zealous. We have ways of making you talk. I could torture you, but she'll still hate me a lot more, so it doesn't even matter. So I think you should just try to, you know, have a little charm offensive, will you? Like I would just bribe you with money and just say here and all that. Stay there. I'll get back to you. Yo. Convert. Another zealot. I shake my head. Where's your son's no good? Who else was in prison? I mean, some of which I did free. Malnourished and ill, because you're an inept. I see. You haven't been married yet. So what if I were to torture you, like make an example out of you? I mean, I need to get a little bit of dread, and maybe that'll convince these people to convert. I know it goes against me being a just ruler. But something's gotta give. Oh, the sweet kiss of the whip. It might look innocent, if I could separate flesh from bones just as any knife. In a true Duke, Ordov is soon to experience. He'll be sleeping on his stomach for some time. Yeah, it makes you want to be angry, and it makes you want to eat, huh? Now, what do you say? You want to convert? Again. I'm not a vengeful man. It's just I had to make an example out of it. It's not something that I want to be doing for a living. No. It's not who I am. The donkeys have rode some. I need to buy another one of those. Just to improve the skills. How long I got till? You got 2 years. Okay. Not giving away kills of Rhodos. But please be patient. I wonder if people in the past had the same sort of desires and thoughts that I do. Then I wonder if people in the future will be the same as me as well. Oh, it doesn't matter. Why not? Hit it at the max. No. People of the past and the future are too different from me. My late adventure on Isa sends word, the servant exclaims holding a letter. For 10 days and 10 nights, me and my party has been hiding. The bandit lady Fatima has set a blockade on the road we must travel. What do you advise? Caution, or shall we fight them, trusting God to keep us safe? Signed Isa, the parchment reads. Oh gosh, she ain't gonna do well in a fight. I'll just say keep laying low. They will move on eventually. It's an intrigue challenge. What she's got, some. Yeah, I figured. Because of her culture and with a name like that, that doesn't sound Bavaria Slamin. She's a Vandalusian cat. Keep laying low. Steal away from the night and her gold. Oh! Nice one. Nobody fools an old lady who is a sadistic zealot and stubborn. A change in direction. A traveler claimed to be employed under my beneficiary Isa is brought before me, carrying a message from the adventurer. Fear not, my great lord, for Isa is a good elf, and bringing the news possibly to fund an even greater adventure. You see, I took a wrong turn, and somewhere is now near Samosata. The childhood companion unfurls a dirty map and show me where they ended up. She has enough funds to make it age of minor as planned, but suggested some additional funding can chase up on a local rumor and bring home a great artifact. So, Samosata, where's that? It's up there. Life's an adventure. Explore that area for artifacts. It's Armenian culture. The northernmost part of Syria. I've come across a book describing how ancient monastics used trances and visions of Essie to commune with heaven. It's strange practice in our modern age, but perhaps there could be something learned from them. Not really into mysticism, but what do the other texts say? Attempt to learn more about the practices through books. What took you? Hoplites of Naxos. The more I dig through these ancient texts, the more I discovered. Could the mysterious practices of the ancient monastics predate even Christianity itself? I've seen it stumbled across something remarkable. Perhaps I should experiment a little after all. Attempt to learn more about the practice through books. Locked in a room, strange powders burning on a burning fire provided overpowering heat. Smokes and smells I try to feel the things that lie beyond the world of senses. I do not know how much time has passed before strange and indecipherable visions of light and pulsing sounds came to me. Was it my imagination, or glimpse of divine? Is there even a way to tell? I need to try again to see if anything's different. Continue experiment. As I experiment more and more, I get clearer and clearer on the grasp of things. As if I can now summon the presence I feel when I start my little ritual. It offers stability and comfort as the chaos of the world swirls around me. This is what I've been seeking. You say you're not into mysticism, but clearly you're a wise guy. I mean a wise man. But it helps if you're learning lifestyle experience, so get to it. It seems that my slightly unusual religious habits are catching more and more of the people's attention. That is hardly a problem. They couldn't hope to understand what I'm doing. But the whispers say that I'm doing things behind closed doors, and that people should keep an eye out. Or I could care less what they whisper. Most of them were probably against me when there was that rebellion. Bow making is finally... In 5 years we'll have trebuchets. Go for Castle Bailey's. Should be 7 years. Khagan of the Mount. I receive a mission from my adventure, and it is covered in ruddy dust from our journey through the desert mountains. I've scaled another beast atop these thousands of flat plateaus, and I've seen no sign another woman has ever trod upon this rock. Today I braved the highest I've yet scaled. I think the rock cries out worthy of me. To commemorate this achievement, it has been overseen by the finest Khagan in the cosmos. I'm sure the locals have named the mountain already. Mountain rock destroyed. Wow. A large rock laboriously lugged around Isa all the way back from Baalbek. She is in Baalbek. Baalbek. Baalbek is down there. My steward, Duka, has proven himself highly capable, especially in administrative matters. There are some projects I would like to undertake in the county, which, with your blessing, of course. I can handle this administration issue myself. A traveler's tale. Oh, this is totally different. A traveler has offered to tell us the distant lands when he claims to be returning. Ladies and gentlemen, I left my village as a youth with my parents, pilgrims bound for Jerusalem. However, a terrible storm blew our small ship off course and left me stranded. Alone and bereft on strange heathen shores, I was soon captured by a fierce Arabian prince with 50 sons, 50 daughters, and 50 wives. I escaped on a stolen horse and rode further east into Persia, where the sun shines so hot that cattle who stray from a new time shade can burst into flames. Eventually, I reached the mountainous land of wise women, whose meditations have taken them so close to God that they must tether themselves in the large boulders lest they float up into heaven. The attendants remain captivated by this increasingly preposterous adventures. What a wondrous tale. So, sounds like you went to Persia, a mountainous land of wise women. Would that be in Tibet? Who knows? In other words, he's been seeing some things lately. Are you gonna behave? Are you gonna behave next time, right? So pay this gold to me. Plus your health's poor anyway. So, it's a valid reason. But these cursed orthodox zealots, it hinders our progress. My court poet and my food taster. But my Khagan, your courtier Fabrius, he just won't stop eating fig pie. My knight stammers. Right at this moment, I spot Fabrius exiting the pantry, carrying a pile of fig pie in both of his arms. There's something the matter with my age, says, loudly chewing on a biscuit. Big bastard, huh? Oh, you better pay for that. Wonder how is my adventurous nun doing? Oh crap! Stretching. Powerful wolves in the desert. My lord, a message carries from your adventurer. The servant says enemy scroll. My searches led me to the desert of Al-Hassa. What the heck? Made a turn to Arabia. Right next to where the Arabian Caliph lives. Oh, my search led me to the desert of Al-Hassa. They are notoriously wolf-infested. I have a good reason to think that my goal is near. Expect my return soon. You're surely ambitious to do such a risky path. By God, I hope she doesn't have to fight one. She is overcome by a charging wild wolf, but don't worry, she's all better. She's stubborn. Howdy, neighbor. Sorry I insulted you. No need for that anymore. You should sway him. I like how you said howdy neighbor without any issue. No, thank you. That reminds me. Because of that new culture of ours, I figured we have enough free time to spread our culture because, unfortunately, not a lot of people have accepted this. And so, it's time for you to promote the culture. Spread the culture everywhere. 10 years, 11 years. Start with here. All depends on your stewardship skill. Remember the donkeys. Don't forget to buy them. Because, you know, the donkeys of roads. You're gonna need it. You got till September next year, remember. By September, but not soon as September 25th. Remember that. Incorruptible officials of Chaos. The officials in Chaos have gained a reputation for being honest and incorruptible, focusing on what is good for the community and not their own interests. Whether such an assessment is accurate or not, sure reflects on me and my administration. And let's analyze the success and apply those lessons elsewhere. Yeah. Every little bit helps. Not you. Let me see. Oh, she's a clan, not a feudal, so I can't mess with her contract. Probably won't work, in the sense of, it's like, yeah, you're gonna give me a hook, and I'll use that said hook for you to convert. Or I'm just gonna let you rot in here. I mean, at least he's a Catholic, unlike you. I could move you to a dungeon. You know, just to get it over with. And let him take over, and I don't care what he thinks of me. What's good for the realm. At least we'll have more Catholics. You can be set free. But I can imprison you whenever I want. I'm not ending this episode until we get that artifact. I tortured you. But somehow I will not free you. It's just a count. It's harmless. Who is it? Azra. Orthodox zealot. Don't release him. I wonder. Oh, I cannot ask him. Think. Oh, I can only use a hook on him. Oh dear. Still in Alhassa. Has a lover's secret. Exposed. With Mayor Miroslav. What the hell, woman? What? Get that artifact. I could care less about your personal life. The good Duke. Just compliment him. And everything will be fine. Otherwise I'm going to start giving money and sponges. Okay, get ready to purchase some donkeys. So you're in September, but remember, it expires on the 25th. So I want you to stop right now. Okay. Ignore that. Give me a large herd of donkeys for the next 10 years. Nice. There'll be plenty more things for me to do in the next episode, but I will end the episode as soon as she returns from the Middle East. And there she is. My lord, my beneficiary has announced her arrival in a surprisingly loud voice. She proudly holds up a package, securely wrapped in cloth. I returned from the Middle East with an artifact in my jacket. I take the bulky bundle into my hands and loosen the cords while peeling layer after layer of fabric. Inside is an artifact unlike anything I've seen before. He smiles proudly. This is the 3-foot-long sword with the inscription Tizona, rumored to have been won off of its former owner by the famous warlord El Cid. The sword's mere presence invokes the feelings of martial awe. A famed pedestal item. Oh my god. This is the sword of El Cid. How do you like that? Man-at-Arms maintenance lowered. Light cavalry toughness. Our thing. Thank you very much. I gotta put this somewhere. So again, you got the dagger of Rustam. And on the other side, a Greek battle axe. Adrian's skull, and then there's the skull of Nikephoros. This one does not give me renown, so replace it with the Zona. I like it. Lower men-at-arms maintenance means you make more money. And easier to maintain for such things. And now let's end the episode in January so we can get out of here. Well, this was quite an episode. And, well, other things. Quite an episode indeed. That man's gonna be around for a long time, so do pay the ransom. Too expensive, and we will end the episode on that note. So, who knows what the next episode's gonna be now that we have our first ever ruler who is of a learning education. Which one would think it will now be the era of innovation, since we moved away from we're the Carpathian culture now, which we're more into Stoic because we're trying to be more defensive these days. And we will slowly spread our culture all around Pannonia at first, and don't know about introducing it to Crete if we want to increase more economically. Of course, hold court and more other activities that I never had the time to, such as erect monument to Homer and repopulate the Patmos of monastics, which would be rather fitting for the man of this stature. Although he's not yet married, as he is still quite far away from that, but I may have to break that betrothal soon because I don't want to have my future children to be slow. That'd be a terrible idea. But hope you people have enjoyed this episode. It could have been something else, but it was not to be. So, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. But until the next one, so long for now.